Okay, let's talk about the Senate then, because I don't think if we'd have done this show maybe, gosh, 6 months ago, or certainly not a year ago, I don't think many people gave Jason Kander much of a shot to knock off Roy Blunt then. Now, it's pretty close.
It's close. Now, I think that the Senate race is the one that's most likely to be affected by the presidential, in my view, and if Trump wins by 10 or more, I think Roy Blunt, it may be close, but I think they'll manage to get him over. But Kander's run a really smart campaign. He's managed to neutralize some of that NRA stuff with his blindfold ad, and
where he's assembling his weapon from the military blindfolded.
Right. And Blunt's running into the problem that everyone's been talking about. I mean, he is an insider. I mean, he would say, well, that's what's made me successful, and that may be true. But it's just in the year of the outsider, and he's been careful about, okay, he's supporting Trump, but he's careful not to say too much, and so there's all this stuff going on. And so I think it's going to be close. I think Blunt has the edge, but Kander has surprised everybody, and he is running a smart campaign, so he could pull it off.
It's smart, but it's disingenuous for him to put on a blindfold and take a gun apart, and for Missourians to believe that that means he's for the Second Amendment and he's for the kind of access that Missourians have come to expect in Missouri. It's smart for him, but it's not smart for Missourians to second guess your natural instinct, which is which of them is a Republican. It's not him. The one who can take the gun apart. I have plenty of friends who are Democrats who own guns and are great shots, but it doesn't mean they don't still believe in expanded background checks and all kinds of other things that I frankly don't think will save lives.
Not to go back to the governor's race, but it is still fascinating. The Democrat in that race got the endorsement of the NRA.
He did, but that's because he has a record. And as Greitens has said, he's an outsider. He doesn't have a voting record on the Second Amendment, and that made it impossible for him to get the endorsement.
Well, can we say, though, that he's a United States Army veteran, and that's why he knows how to put together a rifle? I mean, it's...
Back to Jason Kander.
Yes, I mean...
Yeah, I'm an Air Force veteran. I shot marksmen on active duty. Yeah,
right,
but if I was a Democrat, I would still be for all kinds of gun control.
But why wouldn't you use your veteran service in running for U.S. Senate when you know and Missouri voters are going to favor
And we have a lot of veterans in Missouri. It's smart.
Which is why he's doing it.
Exactly. It's a smart move.
It was a good ad. It was a smart move. I think Jason, in part because Hillary Clinton didn't spend in Missouri, is probably going to fall short. I think it's going to be a very, very close race. But I think that because Roy Blunt traditionally has a very good ground game, and he's got mostly his same campaign team that he's had for years, and because Trump is going to win by a fairly big number, I think probably Roy Blunt pulls it out at the end. But it was always going to be a relatively close race because top of the ballot races in Missouri in presidential years are close. The governor's race is going to be close. The Senate race is going to be close. All the other statewide races are probably going to be pretty close. It's the way Missouri votes in presidential years.
I know Roy pretty well, and I have to say, he visited, last time he ran for Senate, he visited every county in Missouri 3 times. I mean, it was an amazing effort that he put forward in order to win. And so I personally am hoping that he wins. I plan on voting for him. It's interesting that it's so close. I mean, I've been watching it and thinking, is this, like, everything's so helter-skelter this time? It's amazing.
Well, he seems to be, I think, stunned by some of it, too.